Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. I'm a rising senior from Greencastle, Pennsylvania.
I'm Finn. I am a rising junior and I live here in town.
And because it's unlikely that you'll be able to come to campus in these uncertain times, we're going to give you a look into what a usual tour would look like here on campus.
We hope to make it as authentic as possible. So this is Traylor. This is where our admissions offices are and also where our head of school's office is. This will probably be one of the first buildings that you really get to see when you come on campus because this is where your interviews will be. And it's just really nice to meet all of the wonderful faculty that we have here. Everyone's really nice. If you ever need any help with any of your classes or anything, any information that you need, it's always good to just come down here and everyone's super helpful.
So this is our Davenport College Counseling Center. Every Mercersburg student starting in 9th grade is assigned a college counselor. The first 2 years is more focused on developing a good relationship with your college counselor. So as you really focus on the college process in 11th and 12th grade, you have that good foundation. And then in 11th grade, all Mercersburg students get free SAT and ACT tutoring. So you get that good jump start when it comes to standardized testing. And then again, the senior year is all about working on those applications with the help of your college counselor.
So this is Lenfest Hall, which is our school's library. I love this building. I spend so much time in here. I come here before classes sometimes, after classes, at night, sometimes even on the weekends. It's a really good study space. There's so many little places where you can find a nice quiet area. We have these like little cubicles that make it just really private and just so silent. It's really nice. I'm gonna take you back to one of the classrooms. So this is an example of one of the classrooms you'll find in Lenfest. This is where a lot of the history classes take place. It's a really good study space again because you have these awesome whiteboard tables where you can kind of work on your own in your own little area. And then you also have this giant whiteboard with this awesome ladder in case you have any group projects to do. And it just makes it a really adaptive space where everyone can kind of have their own area to get what they need to get done. So this is another classroom in Lenfest, again, where some of your history classes will take place. A huge feature of this room is the Harkness table, which is essentially just a big oval table that we use to really kind of pull out group discussions. There's really nowhere you can hide here, so you're kind of forced to be a part of the group discussion no matter what. And it's really good because a lot of students that kind of find themselves in the back of classrooms have a hard time engaging in conversations, and you kind of find a way to enjoy it here because everyone's ideas are kind of valued, and yeah, everyone has to say.
So right now we are in the Edwards room, and over its history here at Mercersburg, it's had lots of different purposes. But right now it's just kind of an open study space. As you can see, there's it's being used for a classroom right now, but normally it's just an open space where people can study and some student events are in. And then you can also see in some of the windows, there are the colleges of alumni who have donated to this school. And then in the 3 floors above the Edwards room is Fowle Hall, which is an 11th and 12th grade boys dormitory. And now we've moved on to Rutledge Hall, which houses the English department. Usually there's a big Harkness table around here that facilitates nice group discussions about different literature that we're reading and different writing concepts. But again, things have changed a little bit, but normally we really focus on that Harkness table setup in the English department. And as we head back out, as we head back out, we'll be on upper campus. And so on upper campus is South Cottage, Swank Hall, and Main Hall, as well as the graduation platform. This beautiful building used to be our head of school's residence, but now it is the Prentiss Alumni and Family Center. Inside, there's a beautiful reception area to welcome parents as well and alumni whenever they come to campus. This beautiful campus that Finn and I are showing you wouldn't be possible without the generosity of our alumni and parent donors. This wall here is a tribute to just a handful of those donors and their generosity.
This here is our senior graduation platform. So typically we would have the seniors at the very end of the year would kind of get their pictures up there, like that's just where they graduate. Traditionally, you aren't supposed to step foot on there until graduation, and that's just like a little fun tradition that we have on campus. So this is the Goldthorpe Athletic Complex. This is basically where all of the athletics take place. There are a bunch of sections of it, so I'm going to show you the Hale. This is the Hale Fieldhouse. This is just one section of where a lot of our basketball courts are. We also have tennis in here sometimes if it rains. It's a fairly new building, and it's also a home to our summer camps. You usually get a whole mixture of summer camp kids in here. And it's just like a nice extra space to use if the other gym is too full. And we also have a lacrosse wall in the back for those of our lacrosse players. Yeah. Oh, and an indoor track.
So this is our Davenport Squash Center. Squash is a sport that I really wasn't familiar with before I came to Mercersburg, but when I came to Mercersburg, I tried it and it's really a lot of fun. It's a court game. We have 10 courts, 4 on this lower level here, and then 6 just around the corner. And this is, again, one of our many winter PGAs. So this is our Lloyd Aquatic Center. It was just completed in 2019, and so now, again, it's an enormous state-of-the-art space for both our swim team, but also the larger community. It is a 50-meter Olympic-sized pool, but there are 2 bulkheads to divide it up into different areas. And so, as I said, it's great for the swimming and diving team, but the pool is also being used by other sports teams and other PGAs. And then there's also been a number of student activities held in the pool.
These are the Plans courts. This is our other set of basketball courts. These are more frequently used. I guess we have, so there's 3 courts. Usually during games, we get those bleachers pulled out, and we have separating nets, so it really kind of creates a good space for everyone, whether you're just in here doing conditioning for your weight training, if you're in here playing your sport, or if you're in here just after hours to hang out, play with your friends. It's a really good space. This is our health and wellness center. This is just basically where you'd go if you needed a checkup, if you weren't feeling too well, if you need to go to therapy even. Everything's super confidential. They have lots of good spaces for you. And yeah, obviously a nice little waiting room. So if you came here with your friend, you have just somewhere to wait for them. This is Fowle. This is one of our girls' dorms. Every freshman and sophomore lives here for their first 2 years, And after that, if you're a junior, you have the option to live here, especially if you're a prefect, you will be here. But other than that, you can go anywhere else. We have faculty that live in apartments on each wing, so they're always available to you if you ever need any help. And the day students who would typically live in here have their own common rooms on each floor. This is the main common room of Fowle. This is just like a big hangout space where we have dorm events so everyone can get to know each other. It's just nice to have all your friends in here. We can play Wii, you can watch a movie, we have snacks and a cool snack fridge. So yeah, it's just like a nice little relaxing space, and also during the day it's a really nice area to get work done. This is typically what the size of a Fowle day student common room would look like. This floor was actually transformed into this little Zen room so that everyone in the dorm would have a place to hang out so the day students could have their own area. But they'd have all their lockers in here on the walls, nice little big table in the middle, and yeah, it's just like a nice little space where I feel like we can have our own area. There's also miniature common rooms on each wing, which is, they have microwaves, I guess like coffee makers, and that's again just like a little more private area for the people that live on the wings.
Right now we are in Tippetts Hall, which is an all-boys dorm, 9th through 12th grade, so all new freshmen are put into Tippetts. As you can see, we're in a dorm room. Most dorm rooms on campus are doubles, so there's one or two students. When you come in as a new student, you fill out a survey and then you're paired with somebody who's pretty compatible with you, and then once you become a returner, then you can choose your roommate. Another special part of the dorms here in Mercersburg is the advising system. There are many faculty members that are affiliated with the dorms, and so there's a small group of students ranging from 4 to 6 with one faculty member, and you have lunches with them on Thursdays, and then you get together on the weekends, go out to dinner together, and that advisor is kind of like a parent away from home. You can reach out to them if you need anything, and so that's just another way to really facilitate that community feel here at Mercersburg. And this is Tippetts' common room. As you can see, it's just a big space for the dorm to get together, have fun on weekends, or study during the day in your free time. And then there are also some dorm meetings here that happen just to reconvene. And then also whenever there's a dorm event, like you bring in wings or pizza, that'll usually take place in here. Now we are in the Simon Student Center, but along this wall here is a display about a really special Mercersburg tradition called Irving Marshall Week. This tradition actually predates Mercersburg Academy itself, but really what it is everyone at Mercersburg is either Irving or Marshall. If you have had a family member come to Mercersburg before, you're automatically in that society, but if not, you'll get assigned a society early on in your first fall term. And then really, Irving Marshall Week just kind of builds up throughout the winter term, the excitement towards it. And then the last week of the winter term, instead of exams, we have a week of athletic competitions and then as well as some spirit competitions. And then the week is capped off with a speaking competition that we call declamation. So as you can see here, this is kind of like our mini post office on campus. All students have a mailbox where they can receive mail, and then you can also get packages sent to the school and pick it up here at certain times throughout the day. Now we are in what we kind of call the game room. This is a fun space to hang out in the evenings before study hours or on the weekends. It's a good place to just kind of let loose and have fun with friends. And then there are also some organized activities that happen again on the weekends. So right here we have our True Blue Cafe. This is kind of an alternative to our dining hall at Mercersburg. It offers chicken tenders, hamburgers, ice cream. Mercersburg actually has its own flavor of ice cream called pretzel pie ice cream, so that's kind of fun. But this is again an alternative to the dining hall if you want to have it on weekends. And then over here, again, is some seating, but then this greater area, I just kind of call, the students call it the fishbowl. It's, again, just another fun space to hang out, either in the evenings, on the weekends, or a place to study during the day. So right now we are in the dining hall, the Fort Dining Hall. It looks a lot different than what it normally would look like. Normally, again, the tables are all spread out with chairs around them. And the way we have meals here at Mercersburg is we have family style meals where everyone sits around the table. They're randomly generated, so that's a great way to meet new students as well as new faculty members. And so that's how lunches and some dinners are held. And then other meals are buffet style. And specifically Monday night dinners are a family style dinner, but then we're required to wear semi-formal attire. So that's just a way to dress up, kind of a fun weekly tradition, I guess I would say. And then lastly, in the dining hall, all of our food here is locally sourced. So it's a great way. And then as well as there are many different options to have between a salad bar, soup bar, the normal options. So again, many different options here in the dining hall.
This is Irvine Hall. This is where almost all of your classes will take place. Each floor is dedicated to a certain subject. For example, the bottom is biology, the second floor is chemistry, this floor is language arts, and the top floor is math. Some other offices you can find in here is the IT office, learning services, and robotics club. And there's also a gallery in, I think, the second floor. And then in between each floor, there are little study spaces that just kind of give you time in between classes to work. Another little secret space that a lot of people don't notice is where the springboard classes work a lot of the time. This is a really cool collaborative space to work. It's so quiet, people never really notice you down there, and it's just like such a nice open space that, you know, it just really like allows you to get stuff done and there's no distraction. I really like that space.
Right now we are in the Urban Memorial Chapel. Although our school isn't religiously affiliated, we do offer services Sunday mornings for students to attend if they would like. But besides that, this space is mainly used for school meetings and school traditions, particularly convocation, the Christmas candlelight service, and baccalaureate.
This is the Burgin Center. This is actually my favorite building. This is where all of the arts take place and also school meetings sometimes. You use this building if you're taking one of your arts classes, if you are in an art PGA, if it's like dancing or theater. And then we'll have speakers on some nights in the Simon Theater, which is kind of our big auditorium. This is the Simon Theater. This is our kind of big auditorium. This is where we have a lot of our student meetings, and this is where we perform a lot, whether you're dance or theater, with the exception of spring. They usually perform downstairs. The seating arrangements are by grade, so seniors get to sit right up front, and freshmen sit all the way at the top. And yeah, this is just like a big meeting space for Monday nights or school meetings. This is just one example of one of our arts classrooms. This is our painting classroom. Again, it's always available to those who aren't actually in a painting class, but just come here to, you know, make art. But yeah, so like this is where you'll be if you are taking a painting course, Right next door is drawing, and then there is the room right next to that, which is for photography and digital art.
So in here is our Burgin Recital Hall. Normally this is a space that the band and chorale uses to practice during the day and at night, but as you can see right now, it's set up as a classroom. In here is the Reader Dance Studio, which is used by the Dance PGA. And we also, on the lower floor of the Burgin, we also have our ceramic studios, the Makers Lab, and the Hale Black Box Theater. Thank you so much for joining us on the tour. We hope it gave you a good sense of what being on campus feels like.
If you have any questions at all, please visit our website or email our admissions office.